Hey guys, Lighty here, and today I would like to bring you a nice, fun, lighthearted video. It's not going to be a build guide. It's not going to be me shitting on something that they did. It's not going to be MTX related. It's not going to be a meme. Well, a little bit. Basically, Path of Exile is one of my favorite games of all time. It's on Steam. It's probably one of the most popular platforms to look at it on. They have 60,000 reviews of the game, pretty much. So I decided, let's look through some of these reviews and see what people are saying about Path. Maybe we'll find something insightful. Maybe we'll find something funny. Let's just see what happens. Overall, Path of Exile, it's pretty much well regarded as a great game. It's got mostly positive reviews. But it's interesting because if you don't know about the game, these reviews seem pretty benign. But when you read about them and you know about the game, it's funny because like people's experience of the game is so base. It's so like, I get to Act 3. I mean, the first quality game I played that has done Necromancer pretty well. Obviously, that's a subclass, but I think he just means any sort of summoner. You can't even change your gender. Like, it's just, these are the things that people are talking about. It's okay, but I'm not sure there's enough content to digest to justify the cost. It's a free game. Winning in this game feels like winning the jackpot. That I agree with, because anytime you feel like you get an Exalted drop, you know, day one in League, bam, fucking Exalted Twilight Strand. It really does feel like the jackpot. Not to mention if you get something even crazier, some crazy uniques, you get that feeling in your gut like, holy shit, I've won the lottery. So here's a negative review, but it's not just kind of a dumb one. He even posts his system specs. And he actually has some, I would say, worthwhile feedback on the game. The camera draw distance. It is a big issue. I think that Path of Exile really does seem so zoomed in compared to playing other games, especially like playing something like WoW. You go playing World of Warcraft, you have to download a mod or download macros to zoom out, but having the full scope of what you're looking at really is advantageous. That's why having larger monitors in Path is such a big thing. Loot filter system seems like you're wading through waist-high mud. I feel like that's probably, he just doesn't have a strict enough filter. That can be a common thing. FPS drops, it's common. Path client is not great. And then to talk about trading, it does make no sense. The trading system is pretty bullshit in Path, and the fact that it's a third-party site, I would say majority of players do for PoE trade, it's rough. You know, it really is rough. He thinks that Shaper is called Shader. That's good. This is kind of true. He says he doesn't like free-to-play games because he spent €30 on tabs to get more bank space, and he never regrets for that, but he feels that is kind of built into the model of the game. You play it knowing you're going to spend X amount of money on tabs because otherwise you're having a negative experience, I would say. So they do try to nickel and dime you out of every little thing, even getting more character slots, but that's just the nature of the game. Whether what should be free or to what extent should be free, I think is questionable. I feel like almost at this point they should just roll in currency tabs as part of the standard tab package. But at this point, it's a little bit too late because they've already pushed it out to the degree, and people who were to purchase it might probably get pretty tilted if they just said, all right, we're adding currency tabs to the core game. I mean, realistically, I think that you should have one normal tab and then one of each special tab, because it just feels odd otherwise. There's some constructive criticism. Sucks. Another negative post regarding the client and play just because of FPS issues, drops, you know, that type of stuff. Painstalker. What boss is Painstalker? I'm pretty sure Painstalker is... Yeah, I'm almost positive that he just fought a rare that he thought was too hard in a low level zone. He could have fought a bestiary mob that just had a rough mods and just got tilted. Which is true. It's a bit of a hard experience to have when it's your first time playing. You decide to play in the league, you play something like Flashback or Beyond or, you know, Bestiary, and the first instance of playing the game, you're fighting this difficultly rolled rare that just happened to be difficultly rolled because of regen, or even something like Abyss, some of the bats that had regen rolls, etc. It could be a real kick in the dick. I think this is the best hack and slash game. Yep, I agree. I've never played a modern game that runs worse on newer hardware. We are in need of a client overhaul. Your playstyle depends on the item you own. That's only really applicable if you're solo self, and otherwise you can just purchase very strong items for very cheap. I think this is the overall consensus. If you like D2, this game is for you. It's what D3 should have been. Well, Diablo 4 is around the corner, so unless Path of Exile steps its game up, fun as hell has a steep learning curve. Correct. It's interesting when someone writes, they put a caveat to their review. Oh, how to start off this review. But your review is only like 3 sentences. So why you why you put it? There's people who write essays and don't put a little fucking preamble. 10 out of 10 would avoid hanging out with my friends again. Gotta have friends first, kiddo. Oh, this guy's a little pretty checklist. Oh, it's a very long checklist. He probably uses it for everybody. So let's see what he gets. He says kids, audience, casual players, pros, pro players. Okay. Graphics. Okay. Price and quantity. It's free. Requirements. Medium. Honestly, I feel like it's closer to high end to play at what it should be played at. Difficulty. Easy to learn, hard to master. It's a good assessment. I wonder if he wrote this himself. This is not a bad criteria. Game time. Endless. Yep. Story. Average. It's interesting because as much as I played the game in past 10,000 hours, I couldn't tell you half the story in Path because it just never really grabbed my attention. Except for Katava. I did do some research on Katava and decided to learn about him because I think he was a really nice, bad guy to fight. It's interesting because Elder and Shaper are arguably more prominent in the later game, but I couldn't give half a shit about them. Katava's the one I was like, wow, what's his deal? He was a person, and he got too hungry, then he became a god. Now he just decided to consume everything, and that's just kind of what it is. This one I feel like is a bit unfair. Mostly the Sonic 06, but nothing that will annoy or bother you. There's some, I wouldn't say bugs, but just, again, crashes, client issues, just that are really pretty rough. Best RPG I've ever played. I don't know if I'd call it an RPG, honestly. This guy has a really specific benchmark. He was playing a duelist Flicker Strike build that's crit based. Gave up at the level 86 because he was dying a lot. Well, you're playing Flicker. I mean, it's pretty common. But then it just says, don't spend any money on this game before you've reached exactly level 86. What a specific level. And people give it a not recommend, but they say it's a pretty damn good game, so I don't know what's up. This guy knows what's up. Awful graphics, don't buy, but if you're looking for a review, you're looking in the wrong place. But if you want to play Rust, add me, because we love Rust. Okay, the Lord's Labyrinth does not fit in this game. Really, I think it's one of the best aspects of the game, honestly. But you couple lab with all the technical issues, and it can be a real ball ache when you die and have to redo lab. Path of Exile spreadsheet. Oh shit. Client issues. Client issues. Client issues. PoE is like a shit pie. The more you bite into it, and the closer you get to the end, the shittier and more nauseous it gets. Wow. Better than Clicker here as well. Hold on, buddy. I see they're making it a battle royale now. Oh yeah, no, that's how the game is permanently. Oh, disgusting, racist GGG workers and community. Words cannot describe my experience with this game. It's probably digging through an old, outdated 1800s latrine neck deep in shit, with your mouth wide open to find hidden gold buried beneath. Biggest bunch of unprofessional people I've ever met in my life. The game from failure of trading to the nasty experience. Okay, he's a bit angry. You should be like this guy and just die. Whoa! I tried to give them the full Bible in global chat, but all those Jews would not listen. Saying that the servers run on toasters would be an insult to toasters. Died and lost 10% of my experience. That not funny. No gender bud. That seems to be a pretty common thing I've been reading, actually. Pay to win trash. If Path is anything, it's probably not pay to win. Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Geek Games. Where do you find a dog with no legs? Where you left it. Thank you. The tentacle girls in Lunaire's temple 2 are naked. Oh, Jesus. I thought this said if you like Diablo 2 and hate Diablo 2, you love Path. This is a good one. This game makes me wonder why I spent 15 USD to unlock Necromancer class in Diablo 3. I did it. I regret nothing, but I understand what you're saying. Good game. Don't be a whale like me. For those who don't know, whale is someone who spends lots of money on the game. It's a gambling term. This game is crack. Best Diablo since Diablo. I think we'll end with this one. You wouldn't understand. It's true. I don't. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a nice little lighthearted romp. I'm Matt Lighty. I will see you guys next time. Let me know what your favorite Steam reviews are for Path. If you have any good ones yourself. Later, guys.